Well, I was born just a year after Gandhiji died. So that time the whole country was full of stories of Gandhi's life and his work. And we grew up in an atmosphere where he had a strong presence. He was still present. I mean, he was present in a way that, I mean, he was not gone from the world, this thing, because his Gandhi Society is Gandhi. In fact, right in front of our house was a Gandhi Memorial Library. So people were full of adulation and admiration of what Gandhi did. And that is when I started collecting these Gandhi stamps. This collection is not exhaustive, but I'm sure there would be many, many more stamps. For instance, the 150th centenary year of Gandhi, that collection I do not have. But I had the good fortune of having this exhibition visited by Mr. Rajmohan Gandhi, the famous historian and grandson of Mahatma Gandhi. One thing I realized that Gandhi was a very fine writer. You know, people don't read him because they would find him a bit boring in today's generation. But he was a very, very fine writer, and his command of the language, both Gujarati, Hindi, and English, was excellent. I mean, he was as good a writer as I could. If he had time, his written works would have, been more popular. But as things stand, his life, and he used to say, "My life is my message." So that's the message he had for the world, because he never did anything that he didn't believe in, and what he believed in, he never did anything short of that. So, and that's the reason he's not that half-naked fakir as he was described by. He was many more. In my view, Lord Buddha and Gandhi are the two greatest Indians that India has produced. He stands higher than anybody else. And in fact, in world history, there's the Buddha, there's Jesus Christ, and there's Gandhi. So, but Gandhi represents an ideal. I mean, we should all, even to a greater or lesser extent, for instance, Gandhi's absolute honesty and sincerity is so transparent, was transparent. So I try and follow some of those things. Not telling lies, not harming people. If you look at Gandhi's life, then the 46 to 48 is the pinnacle of his achievements. And that is where Noakhali and Calcutta took place. Noakhali, where Gandhi went and appeased the people and brought about peace. Well, the most important principle which Gandhi adopted in his life and which he practiced consistently was ahimsa, non-violence. Now we know that whether you agree with him or disagree with him on some matters, ahimsa is so important when we are faced with nuclear war. Ahimsa is the only way to survival, otherwise this whole world will perish. He spent 10 times he went to jail in South Africa, and 10 more times he went to jail here. A total of, I think, about 11 or 12 years he spent in jail. And his wife, Kasturba, also went to jail. And in fact, Kasturba Gandhi died in jail in Pune.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for your wisdom and all the great words about Mahatma Gandhi.